Hello and welcome to the Shift Podcast Show, powered by Strategic Collaboration Network. I'm Isabella Rubino, your host for this segment, and I'm welcoming Editor in Chief Mark Wiggins. Mark, thank you so much for joining us today. If you would like to get started by introducing yourself, talking about what you do, that would be great.
Oh, thanks for having me, Isabel. It's great to be here. I am Mark Wiggins, editor in chief of Off the Bench magazine, author, speaker, coach, and do a lot of work inside the mental mindset shift mindset place where you're getting off the bench and changing what you used to do to get up and go do what you would like to do. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, all right, so let's get into my first question. It is, how would you describe the core mission of your work, and how do you keep that message at the center of your mission?
The core of what we do is basically getting people to understand what it is they are trying to achieve in life, whether it's a book or it's motivation, start their own business, and we get to the messaging of it all, like the why. Once we can to discover the why, we can get you to your next step. So that's the core of what I do, and getting people just to see things differently, and then integrate the ability to speak their message. I'm a speaker by trade, and I believe it's very important that you're able to do this on any level, any stage, any time. And if you can do that clearly, then that's the foundation for what you want to build out and get the mess. So the message is important, but the mind shift is also critical to do that.
Yeah, so when you're experience creating that message that you want to like share to inspire others, what kind of challenges did you run into when you were building your organization, like being a keynote speaker?
The biggest challenge was just making sure my delivery and messaging was on point, not to be sidetracked and to be weighed by every other thing that pops out. And that's the challenge of being a speaker. When you understand your core, as part of my training program as well, is understanding what you are standing on, your platform, if you will. So once you get your platform
Mhm.
together, you can build that and run it anywhere you want to go. So if it's a platform of advocacy, or it's a platform of helping people recover from addiction, whatever that is, once that's laid down in, then everything builds off the top of that, and it's that's the challenge. But once you lock it in, everything else is about story, about presence, about timing, reading the room, adjusting.
Mhm.
Those are learned skills along the way.
For sure, for sure. Thank you for that. Um, so as we discussed earlier, you were an athlete in college. You played for Alabama, and so, what aspects of the athlete mentality do you still rely on when you're navigating leadership or business decisions?
Great question. Great question. It's actually the University of Alabama, Huntsville, and it's in the
Sorry,
Alabama
yes.
school system. Right. Everybody gets confused.
I knew it was one of those, but I didn't. Yeah.
It's fine. Um, uh, yeah, one of the things I fall back on pretty much like all things athletic, because it's all mental,
Yeah.
right? The mental toughness of it all, the setting the goals, putting the work in, working when no one's looking, uh, everything that you put in. One of the mindsets we have as athletes is that the practice is supposed to be tougher than the game. So
Mhm.
the work that you put in should be that much preparation wise that when the actual event happens, it's actually easier, if you will, because I've done all the hard work, I've done all the challenges and whatnot. Those things stick with me to this day. Not so much the physical part, like we were in top
Yeah.
shape. I probably cut back on some of these steaks I'm eating, but the mental set of it all has not changed. The
Mhm.
approach has not changed. The strategy has not changed. Strategically has not changed. And actually, you refine that and you find yourself able to navigate situations and understanding opponents, understanding your competition, breaking down what they're doing, so you can understand what you need to improve on. Though all that is what I share with business owners and entrepreneurs too, especially in like the
Mhm.
world of customer service, where we have a strong presence in training people to do better in customer service. That is still critical. I don't care what AI is answering the phone. If my product doesn't arrive, it doesn't really matter. If you can't deliver on your promises, it doesn't really matter what AI is saying. And if you're
Mhm.
not structured to deal with those things, um, it's critical to your overall business. So those are kind of
Yeah.
things that stuck with me from my athletic days.
Yeah, for sure. And as a leader of your basketball team in college, what
Mhm.
kind of leadership qualities did you take with you from athletics into into the business professional world?
Uh, you know what? The one quality was the leadership style. It's more do to show. How about that? I do it to show you how to do it, and then I help you do it the way you need to do it. And if I allow you to do it as a leader, as a coach, you allow people to be in positions to win. If someone doesn't have a strong suit in a particular area, why are we trying to force feed them into a spot that you think is good for them? It's not good for them. It's not going to be good for you. So don't fight those things. Put them where they are. Let them get comfortable. Give them training. Give them opportunities. Practice. Then coach up the practice. If things don't
Yeah.
go right, then you have to coach up the areas that's not there, and in the deficiencies, you get them support. Maybe they need some outside training. Maybe they need a coach. Maybe they need not to be in that position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, that is also the job of the leader. It's not just that you're the vision setter. You're the one who can see where you need to go, but oftentimes it's challenging to see where you need to go, plan where you need to go, and get those along with you who need to go. You have to delegate that stuff out. So, like
Yeah.
the point guard can't do it all. Matter of fact, the point guard can't even bring the ball in out of bounds. Someone else has to give the ball to the point guard. And
Yep.
then, right, so point guard can't score all the time. So that's the same mentality. When you get that into leaders, that their team is actually making them better, then you can actually have the success you desire.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hear that like leading by example. It's definitely something that you talked about and something that I found like when I was an athlete that the leaders in my circle did really well and it was super inspirational. Then going transitioning into my next question. So, how did your basketball community influence the way that you show up and serve your community today?
There's a level of commitment that is demanded in athletics, right? You
Hmm.
you you commit to this group of individuals and to a single unified cause, and you learn how to lock in on that cause. And when you buy in, you bought in, and that's kind of how you are in your community. When you lock into a cause or organization that you commit to it, then your word is your bond. Street talk, straight out streets. Word is bond. And if you live by that bond and that creed, and now you have some integrity. I'm involved heavily with my fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated here in Dulles, Leesburg, Virginia. Um, I've been a member for almost 40 years as an overall member, and I've been active in my chapter pretty much all the time. And that means showing up. That means doing the grunt work. That means sitting through the trainings and whatnot, and then going out in the community to help reach young African American men in the community and to show up for our community on a continual basis. So when you put those letters on, it's a show of commitment. And so that's the
Hmm.
same thing when it comes to your organization. When you put your business logo on, you commit to something, and when you commit to it, you give it your all.
Yeah. All right. Now for my last question. As a keynote speaker, how do you like get prepared to speak in front of large crowds and, you know, get prepared to speak and inspire people?
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's this is not, what they say that speaking is like the one two worst thing to do in the world, right? They don't nobody wants to get on stage. And I go, give me the stage, give me the bright lights. Where is it? How can I get there? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Preparing for a large audience is in athletic terms is no different than preparing for a small audience. It's the same thing. Whether the gym is small or the arena is large, you still have to perform inside your constraints, right? Your constraints. You have to be ready to go. So I prepare hard. I spend time delivering. I spend time running through my script, as I call it. I run through all the emotions. I'm up, I'm down. If I'm not sweating or I'm not feeling kind of some kind of way after I've prepared and worked on my speech for days and days and days, then I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. And but once you get through that and work through all the emotions, when it's time to turn on the lights and you step on the stage, you've been here before. You know,
Yeah.
you're ready to go. The play is the play. The
Mm.
adjustments will be the adjustments, and you know you're not so rigid that if something goes awry, and this is part of preparation, you get there, you're talking, and the microphone goes out or the lights go off or
Mhm.
whatever. You got to be able to jump out and jump back in. You have to act like nothing ever happened. You can't be, oh my God, you cannot be shaken by the outside noise. And that comes from focus. So you
Yep.
learn how to focus. You know, when you step inside those lines, it's all what's inside those lines. I don't care what's going on around me. You can't hear much. It It's actually kind of fascinating what you do, but that's how I prepare. Once I get my speech together, my points together, my
Mhm.
stories together, I run them over and over and over and over again until I have it to where it's automatic.
So you lock in on everything.
I have to. I
Yeah.
just I just spoke recently at a church, and I had in Atlanta for Father's Day, and I'm
Mhm.
running scripts. I had to change up some things and remember the stories and tie my biblical principles in and not be preachy, right? Because I'm not a
Mhm.
pastor.
Yeah.
And it was a little shock for the audience. They're like, "Well, hey, are you gonna drop a lot of verses and whatnot?" I said, that is not my job. That's not what God gave me to do today. So, but I did do some verses. I did do some stories, but I had to stand on my delivery style, right? My what has I've stood on for 30 years speaking. Why am I going to change it to be something else? That's not authentic, and that's key to speakers. Is you have to be you on that stage, and that's what
Yeah.
people are going to resonate with. That's what they're going to connect with. Is your authenticity? Where are you coming from the heart? Are you sharing? Are you just repeating? Stuff like that. So one of the things I know when I do my speech is if you don't record it, there's a good chance if I ran that same speech again, it won't be the same.
Mhm.
It won't deliver
Yeah.
the same. It will not. So that's part of the creativity piece. So that's how
Yeah.
I get ready.
All right. And then lastly, to close out, your Extreme Business Summit is this Saturday coming up.
It
What should a
is.
guest expect from attending this event?
Listen, I'm coming for everybody's jugular. On
Okay.
I have put together a presentation to deal with the core of it all. Like it's the why. We often, as entrepreneurs and people, forget why we started something, and we get into the do, what, and how, and think we're making progress, and then sometimes you get a little off course. So having that preparation and reminder of the why to build your foundation, your messaging, your branding, and then opportunities that can create out of it. So what I'm working on this weekend is to really help people put their messaging together.
Mhm.
And a lot of entrepreneurs and business people forget that's also part of being in business is your message. And if you're not delivering that on an accurate basis or strongly, you're missing opportunities. You're missing a lot of things. So that's going to be the focus. It will be interactive. So when you come in, or if you're logging in online, you probably won't, be a login. But if you're present, you're going to be talking. You're going to be speaking. I'm challenging you to get up and come out of your comfort zone. I'm getting you off your bench, and I'm getting you on the court. I want you on the court playing and working it out because this is the practice space. It's
Yeah.
safe for you. It's a great place to go. And why not be around other people, like-minded people, to really be better than you were yesterday?
Mhm. All right. Well, to close out, if you want to plug your website, your socials, yeah, that would be a good opportunity.
Okay, great. Thank you. You definitely want to check me out at Mark Wiggins Online. That's my website. You can also register for the conference there. There is a virtual component. You can get that there as well. And all of my contact information is there. You can get me on the book. This Mark Wiggins, Speakerman 87 will get you to my Facebook page. And on Instagram, you can get me at Speakerman 87 or OTB Magazine on IG.
All right. Thanks everyone for tuning into The Shift. For more information about Strategic Collaboration Network, please go to the website www.strategiccnetwork.com. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. And thank you again, Mark, for joining us today.
Isabel, thank you so much. And one last thing before I go, one last
Yeah.
thing. As always, if you can reach your dreams with a step ladder, then they're probably too low. I'm out.
Mm, I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.